Kong had barely survived the abyss serpent. There was no time to bleed. From the hellfire of a volcano, a new nightmare rose. The Titan Cobra, twice the size of Kong, and pure evil. This creature is humanity's extinction event. It doesn't just kill, it obliterates. Where the cobra slithers, cities turn to dust and hope turns to ash. This creature is humanity's extinction event. It doesn't just kill, it obliterates. Where the cobra slithers, cities turn to dust and hope turns to ash. But the guardian of Earth does not kneel. Broken, tired, and alone, Kong throws himself into a suicide mission, a desperate clash for survival. He fights with the heart of a warrior, but physics is cruel. The cobra's sheer size, blinding speed, and toxic venom are crushing the life out of him. Just as the darkness closes in, the ocean roars. Godzilla has arrived. Now 2 kings stand united against the devil. The true battle begins now. The battlefield was a graveyard of smoke and ruin. I stood amidst the ashes, Lyra, a witness to ancient history. Kong bled from a dozen wounds, his breath forming heavy clouds in the cold air, eyes weary but unbroken. I allowed myself a small smile of relief, but it vanished instantly as the ground beneath my feet began to tremble. Pebbles danced on the cracked earth. A low guttural growl echoed from the deep, vibrating through my very bones. Kong roared, beating his chest in defiance. He knew war wasn't over. I scrambled for cover behind a massive boulder. The earth tore open. A jagged fissure raced toward the volcano, bleeding magma and hellfire from the wound. Black smoke billowed from the crater, blotting out the sky. The mountain shook violently, preparing to give birth to a monster. From the molten sea, a colossal head emerged, 30 meters wide, scales black as obsidian reflecting the inferno. The Titan Cobra rose and kept rising. 1,500 meters of death, hood flared, blocking out the sun itself. Its eyes were arenas of pure hate, burning yellow orbs fixated entirely on the exhausted king below. The size difference was terrifying. Standing before this ancient serpent, Kong looked impossibly small. The cobra's maw opened, glowing with toxic purple energy. A shriek pierced the air, shattering the silence of the valley. It exhaled a storm of black-purple poison. The gas rolled down the mountain like a silent, suffocating avalanche. Ancient trees turned black and crumbled to dust the moment the toxic cloud touched them. Death was in the air. Kong roared in frustration, shielding his face and retreating. From my hiding spot, I watched in absolute horror. He grabbed his battle axe, the blade shimmering with residual energy, reflecting the angry glow of the magma. With a war cry that shook the heavens, Kong charged. No fear, only the will to fight. The cobra struck. Its head hammered the ground like a meteor, blasting a crater where Kong had stood a second ago. Kong dodged by a hair's breadth, using the momentum to leap onto a high ridge before the serpent could recover. He launched himself from the cliff, a titan falling from the sky, aiming straight for the serpent's skull. Impact! Kong's fist slammed into the cobra's face, sending a shockwave rippling through its armored scales. He didn't stop. A second hook smashed into the serpent's jaw. He was fighting for his life. Kong unleashed a flurry of 18 strikes, a blur of fists. Each blow sounded like a thunderclap across the valley. The cobra recoiled, head thrashing under the assault. It hissed, a sound of pain turning into blinding rage. Kong bellowed, sensing victory. Blood and sweat matted his fur, but the king was pushing back the darkness. But the tail whipped around, a massive organic whip cutting through the air, aimed directly at the ape. Kong leaped back, but the wind force alone knocked him off balance. The tail missed him by inches. No time to recover. The cobra lunged, moving with a terrifying speed that defied its colossal size. Kong raised his axe to block, but he was too slow. A fang the size of a building grazed his shoulder. Dark blood sprayed into the air, painting the rocky ground. A hit, a bad one. The force sent Kong flying. He skid hundreds of meters, carving a trench in the earth before crashing into a cliff. I watched helplessly, fists clenched until my knuckles turned white. There was nothing I could do but witness his fall. Kong groaned, clutching his wounded shoulder. He struggled to rise, his other hand refusing to let go of the axe. The poison cloud closed in. Kong coughed violently, his eyes turning bloodshot and teary from the toxic fumes. The cobra slithered closer, circling its prey. Its massive coils began to form a wall around the fallen king. It raised its head high, looking down with sadistic triumph. The shadow of death fell over Kong. Exhausted but unbroken, Kong roared one last time and lunged, swinging his axe with every ounce of remaining strength. The cobra dodged effortlessly and whipped its body sideways, slamming into Kong's ribs like a freight train. Kong hit the ground hard. This time, he didn't get up. The axe flew from his grip, skidding away. The weapon lay out of reach, its blue glow fading in the dirt. Hope seemed to be fading with it. The serpent moved in for the kill. Its body began to wrap around Kong, the coils tightening like a vice. Kong was trapped. Only his head and shoulders remained visible above the crushing wall of black scales. He roared in agony, muscles straining to the breaking point, trying to push back the crushing weight. The coils tightened. I heard the sickening sound of bones creaking. Kong was gasping for air. He was dying. "No!" I screamed, breaking cover. I couldn't just watch him die. I ran toward the monsters, a meaningless distraction.
Why? Why are you doing this? Stop it!
I sprinted across the cracked earth, a speck of dust challenging the gods. It was suicide, but I didn't care. The cobra saw me. It hissed in contempt, lowering its colossal head to snap me up like an insect. Kong's eyes went wide. He let out a weak growl, trying to warn me, but the grip on his lungs was too tight. The serpent struck. I froze, staring into the abyss of its mouth. This was the end. Suddenly, the world turned blue. A beam of pure energy sliced through the darkness from the right. The atomic breath slammed into the cobra's face. An explosion of light and pain sent the serpent reeling back. The coils loosened. Kong seized the moment, ripping himself free from the suffocating grip of the snake. Through the smoke, a silhouette emerged. Massive, ancient, unstoppable. Godzilla had arrived. His dorsal fins glowed with atomic fire. He roared, a sound that demanded the submission of every living thing. Kong stumbled to his feet. He looked at Godzilla, then at the cobra. A silent pact was made between kings. I stood unharmed, trembling in awe. I stepped back, realizing I was witnessing the start of a legend. The cobra hissed furiously. Now it faced two adversaries. Its hood flared wider, doubling in size. Kong retrieved his axe. He stood shoulder to shoulder with Godzilla, an unbreakable wall of primal power. Three gods stood in a standoff. Godzilla and Kong on one side, the serpent on the other. The air crackled with tension. Godzilla's eyes burned blue. The hum of charging atomic energy began to rise from his throat. Kong growled, gripping his weapon. The axe blade began to hum, drinking in the energy from the air. Godzilla took the first step. The ground shook. He wasn't walking, he was marching to war. Kong broke into a run, matching Godzilla's pace. Together, they charged straight into the jaws of death. The cobra didn't retreat. It slithered forward, meeting the challenge head-on. The collision was imminent. They crashed into each other. A tornado of scales, fur, and claws erupted in the center of the valley. Godzilla fired. A beam of blue fire tore through the air, aiming for the serpent's heart. The cobra twisted impossibly, dodging the beam. The blast obliterated a mountain peak behind it. But while it dodged, Kong was airborne. He raised the charged axe high above his head. He brought it down like the hammer of a god, aiming for the exposed flank of the serpent. The blade bit deep. Sparks of blue and black flew as the axe carved a canyon into the cobra's scales. Neon green blood sprayed. The cobra shrieked in madness and whipped its tail blindly at the ape. Godzilla stepped in, taking the hit with his massive body, shielding his ally from the blow. Kong landed, nodding a silent thanks to the Alpha. They reset their stance, ready for round 2. Cobra, Godzilla, and Kong roared in unison. The sheer power of their voices made the atmosphere vibrate. All 3 titans charged again. There is no retreat, no surrender. The legend continues. Part 4.